Hey, hello, this is Purge. I'm bringing you guys game 2 of this best of 2 set. It's going to be Mouz versus DTS, and this is for the GosuLeague, so thanks for tuning in, guys. We really appreciate it. This is playdate number 2. If you guys ever want to see when we are streaming these, just go check out GosuGamers.net, and there should be some information on the right side bar somewhere. Just keep an eye out for the things. Or you can always follow me on Facebook or Twitter if you do want to be updated that way, always right when I am streaming. First round bans, we're going to see a Tidehunter Chin with a Darkseer. For the Dire team, we see a Lycan Broodmother and a Nature's Prophet. First pick was a Invoker out of Mouz. Going to play Invoker again. DTS goes for a Panda as well as a Leshrac, so we're kind of swapping positions. Actually, DTS did have Leshrac last game, but this time they get the Panda. And Mouz immediately goes for the teamfight heroes. So they've got Sand King as well as Enigma currently. They are covering their solo lanes pretty effectively. They have a good jungler at the moment, and they have tons of teamfight. So looks like they will need some consistent support. Maybe something like a Crystal Maiden would be great for their lineup at this point, and maybe a semi to hard carry. And DTS finally drafts Beastmaster, which will give them some nice disable against the Enigma. That looks really good. Okay, so second round bans. We see a Shadow Demon. It's going to be a Vengeful Spirit as well as a Night Stalker, Queen of Pain. Those all look pretty excellent. Second round bans here coming up. Going to be a Lone Druid for Mouz. So that's going to be their hard carry potential. Most likely will be their solo bottom, I expect. We could maybe see a support with Lone Druid, who generally just does pulling and maybe the occasional gank. Something like a Crystal Maiden would work out very nicely for that. Windrunner is still in the pool, is not banned, so probably we'll see DTS pick this up now, I expect, at least. But if they do that, that means who's going to solo the bot lane is the question. Is it going to be Beastmaster or is it going to be Windrunner? Not really sure which, but Windrunner definitely a total possibility. Have some time building up here. Down to 124. Venomancer gets drafted by the Dire team next. That's going to allow for Gales and things. Venomancer probably going to be their support dual lane. I think a Panda Veno lane would be really effective. Claps, not to mention Venomous Gales, stuff like that. Gives you a lot of chase potential. Really, really good chase potential with those two heroes. Venomous Gale is actually one of the best slows in the game, by far. Especially because you'll need, people call it like a one skill wonder kind of a thing, where you need one skill point and the ability just does so much. They used to refer to that as Vengeful Spirit Stun as well, or even Crystal Nova, before it was nerfed a little bit. Some of those spells were valued a little highly, because they were so effective with just a single point. So Venge is actually going to get banned by Mouz to prevent, I didn't notice this before, but banning the Venge to prevent DTS from playing that support to disable the black hole. They already have Beastmaster Roar, but if they have two things that can cover those holes, it would have definitely been a good pickup for DTS. And currently they're lacking stuns a little bit. They have Beastmaster Roar plus Leshrac stun, which works out nice, but one more pick for either team. Both Mouz and DTS. We'll be back up in a second. And it's actually going to be a line again, so 2 lions in 2 games. Curious. And this time it's on Mouz. Last time it was on DTS's lineup, so that's going to be their support hero. That will fill them into some nice disables, though. AoE stun. Hex is obviously great, and maybe teams are just drafting this once again because they want to try to shut down the Panda. If you can kill the Panda before he splits, it gives you a nice advantage. So Impale is 2 seconds of disable. Hex is now 4 seconds of disable, plus the Finger of Death gives you that extra nuke potential. If he's pre-11, it gives you, I think, 450, or is it 550? I think it's 450. 450 nuke potential that you can use to just try to shut down the Brewmaster. Now we have one more pick by DTS before we swing into the actual game. Dire team probably looking for maybe a solo mid. We might see dual, maybe like a dueling mid. I think we could see a hard carry possibly, and probably will want to see something like that up against a Lone Druid. Now, Mouz is pretty covered against something like an Anti-Mage. Lone Druid is pretty good against Anti-Mage in the mid to late game. Lion has a lot of disables, so he's good against AM. Sanking, kind of the same situation, and they have an Invoker, so they have a lot of things to shut down a possible Anti-Mage pick if DTS go that route and try to do like a Anti-Mage Venom mid or something like that. So I don't think they're going to necessarily go for AM, but they definitely do need some kind of at least semi-carry. Probably hard carry though, if they really want to try to shut down this Lone Druid in the late game, or at least have some resemblances of late game carry potential. So that's probably what they're trying to figure out, which carry do they want to go through at this point, or do they want to try to just end the game early? They could pick Enchantress if they really wanted to. They could do an Enchant and try to take tons of early towers using Leshrac Enchant as well as Venom Wards. They have some decent early team fight. I mean, once they all hit 6, or, you know, somewhere in the 6 to 10 range, they're actually going to go for a Silencer this game. Very interesting. Wow, that's going to make Enigma's job really, really hard. As well as Invoker, actually. This is going to, actually, a lot of those heroes are heavily countered by Silencer here. Sand King, Invoker, Enigma, that's all big teamfight heroes, and the best way, in my opinion, or at least a really good way to shut down teamfight heroes, is Silencer. I haven't seen a Silencer played until, since we actually saw Absolute Legends played against, I don't remember what team that was, but I believe it was in the defense or something like that. Cool. Alright, so for the Radiant team, this is Team Mouz. We have Black playing the Sand King. He's a very, very good Sand King player. We have Sexy Bamboo on the Invoker. Sing Sing playing Lone Druid. Fire is on the Enigma. Lai Lai playing the Lion. And did we miss somebody? I think that's everybody. For the Dire team, we have M playing the Beastmaster on the solo bot lane. We have 333 playing the Brewmaster. Looks like we have Lollipop playing the Venomancer. Awesome plays playing the Leshrac, and that means that Jackal is going to be playing the Silencer. So going for some decent stat stuff, a little bit of regen as well. I expect him to get a lot of farm up here. We'll see if Sing Sing can pull the creeps back with bears effectively. He doesn't have a Stout Shield, went for a ton of regen on his personal hero with 4 Ironwood branches. And he will pull the creep wave past.
30 seconds to battle.
Lion plus Black on the bot lane. It's going to be a dual lane. Very effective dual lane, actually. If Lion comes for ganking, they will have some chain stunning. And that is once again probably going to be against a Brewmaster. Or a Beastmaster. Blah. Man, they are so similar. Brew and Beast. I should just call them Beast and Brew. And vice versa. Yeah, the main reason that Silencers can be so effective, guys, is because of the last word. It gives you an aura that for enemies that prevents them from casting every 3 seconds. So if they cast any spell, they can't cast a spell for 3 seconds. It's really annoying, unless they have a blacking bar. Either way, looks like he used a little bit of Edict on the bear, just lowered his HP down by a little bit. They can't really do a whole lot out of it. But in teamfights, basically, it's going to be really tough for people to cycle spells. This can be a pain in the ass for Invoker as well. He's only going to be able to cast once every while. And the creep wave, he actually does not let the range creep. He's taking a little bit of damage, but it's going to be absolutely fine here. Lion picks up a haste rune, so might actually gank mid, but Earth Spike level 1, like we talked about last game, only does 60 damage, so. And you will actually see a Brewmaster Venom lane. Might see a stun, possibly. A little bit of denying coming from the line. I think they're going to try to make sure that their Invoker doesn't get shut down again, like it did the previous games. So they're forcing Lion to be a little bit of soul here. Now, this is going to allow Beastmaster to get a little bit more last hits than he would otherwise, but it will be a good situation for M here on the bot lane. Black's going to pull the creep wave past just a little bit, continuing to get last hits. We have Enigma in the jungle still, starting off with a Sage's Mask and some Clarity Potions. And Sing Sing has successfully pulled the first creep wave to the top lane. We're going to see a disconnect from Blind, though, so the game's going to be paused very shortly. If you guys want to know who won the first game, check out the top of the scoreboard. There's always going to be points next to the name. Here's one little dot here. This means DTS won game 1. Mouz over here has 0 points. Now, in the meantime, Jackal is probably having a little bit of trouble last hitting under the tower. He does actually have a little bit of bonus damage from the Glaives of Wisdom, so 30% of his int can be applied as pure damage, so that's 27. 30% is like, it's like 7.5 pure damage, so a very, very slight increase in his damage, but he's going to time this out here. He actually does miss it, so last hitting under towers is really hard, guys. Especially when you're level 1, you really don't have a whole lot of base damage. So what Sing Sing is basically trying to do is trying to pull the creep wave all the way past the line using the bear. And here we go. Another 2 creeps will be pulled. He's going to pull these up to his tower range. He can then tank it with the bear, and that prevents, or that actually allows him to get last hit. So he'll probably just stand right here, maybe just try to bounce this around. I think he is actually going to go under tower range. No, he's not going to. He doesn't want to go under tower range because then it becomes very, very hard to last hit, so then he just goes for the last hits. Just auto attacks down the bear. He will be able to resummon eventually. It's kind of an interesting little way to play the Lone Druid on the long lane, so. Creep bringing a bottle to Brewmaster on the mid lane. He's going to start doing some clap to get that last hit. He would not have grabbed that otherwise, most likely. Doing 100 damage right there. Bot rune. Yeah, actually going to have a rune spawn in 6 seconds, so Venomancer is going to go scout that out a little bit. As the line also shifts down. And the will be top. It's going to be double damage up, so... Double damage that Brewmaster will get rune control of, so... Slight disadvantage for the Radiant team now. Bambo is going to scout that out, and he does spot it, so there's the DD up. It's important to check to see what the rune is. Sometimes it'll be an invis and you won't know where Brewmaster goes, but now at least they know it's not a haste, it's not an invisibility, it's not going to be an illusion. They don't have to mess around with it. In the meantime, on the bot lane, Black versus the Beastmaster. We have the SK at 10 and 3 currently. He does have 2 levels of Caustic while going Caustic first over stun, just to get a little bit more harass in on M. And M is at 8 and 2, so Black slightly winning his lane in the meantime. Sing Sing doing some last hits to the best of his ability. We're going to see a little bit of pulling here, though. Picks off a Troll Warlord, which does give him the level 3. And he's just continuing to pull here, doing a really good job here. As Sing Sing is level 2, 5 Tangos still up, and 2 healing salves, actually. So he did actually just resummon his bear. It's still pretty low HP, though. So the harass will continue from Silencer if possible. Still no kills in the mid lane, but since it's a dual lane for both players, they have decent lanes sitting up. But we're actually going to see a double stun on both of them. Nicely done. A couple harass goes down on 333. Might have to pop his DD soon here to get some heals off, but Black's still getting some great last hits. Definitely a good, favorable matchup for him. And Enigma is still in the jungle. He's going to pick up a Soul Ring, though. That'll be on the way in a second. As Bambo picks up Boots on the mid lane. So level 3 gets a really, really fast Forged Spirit here. This means he'll be able to lower the armor of either Venomancer or the Brewmaster here. Might see some engagement by Sing Sing, actually. His bear's going to take some last hits, does pick up 1, and does grab the range for creep as well. He actually doesn't want this bear to die. It's going to lose him some HP, and there we go. Takes 119 damage from that one, so... Tough loss from that, and now he's 60 seconds without a bear. So he's going to be able to run away here. Is level 3, but Leshrac currently leveling him. Going to see a little bit of clap for last hits for 333, but Invoker continuing the pressure, level 3 at the moment. Sneeze, cool. And Bambo's going to pull the creep wave back. Gets another last hit. As Black is pressuring bottom. Beastmaster is going to pull the creep wave past. And Lai still covering that mid lane. Doing a very nice job. So. Now Mousefire is in the jungle in the meantime. He does have a Soul Ring up. Continuing his pressure. Man, this is like a boring game so far. Let's check last hits at least. Up to 4 minutes in, but so not a whole lot happening. Enigma is farming. Leshrac is trying to pressure Sing Sing on the top lane, but Sing Sing is playing very safe. So last hits in the mid lane. Let's compare Invoker versus the line here. Invoker is at 16 and 4. Line is up to 1 and 5. So lots of denies coming from him. The Panda's at 20 last hits. He's doing very good. Or doing very well, sorry. And Venomancer is at 3 and 4. Bot lane, gonna see another stun, but it's actually gonna miss here. Only 120 mana, so not too expensive, but every bit of mana that you lose is a tough loss. Now the bear is back up. It's a level 2 bear. Does have some synergy as well. Can do a little bit of harass here on the Leshrac, but doesn't have the possibility to sprout entangles. Might see a gank on M, but he's getting out of surviving. Enigma did come in for the gank there, but a little bit too far away. He does have a ward up, that's why. Observer ward's about to end, so could see Fire come back for the gank again shortly here. Lollipop dropping some Plague Wards down, but these are easy to last hit. Gale's going to land actually on Lai, and he pops the Forge Spirits to do a little bit of damage here. Can put those on the high ground, lower some armor from Lollipop. Doing some nice hits. Trying to keep that alive if at all possible. Top lane, Jackal is going to be versus Sing Sing, of course. Sing Sing, the Brewmaster, or the Panda. The bear, that other animal, that other spirit animal, guys. The bear on the top lane, 14 last hits currently, up against Silencer, who's at 33 and 9. So Jackal is doing really, really good. Or doing really well. I keep saying that. Dang it. Not quite level 5. Once he does grab that, he will have entangle proc possibilities. Bambo might actually gank this. Where is he going? Ran past the side shop, and apparently he's shifting back mid again. I don't know why he... Did he grab a regen or something? I'm not quite sure. There's a phase boots being purchased, so he's going to go phase boots this game, despite being exhort. Going for that exhort build. Is probably going Forge Spirits, Cold Snap most likely. Very, very good Invoker build. And if we look at the gold graph, we're looking at a 200 gold advantage for the Radiant team, despite them having Sing Sing on the top lane and not been... He's been doing actually pretty decent if you consider that he's had decent last hit. 16 is not terrible by any means. But they do have a jungler. That's the important part. Enigma has been able, probably most likely, able to farm the jungle faster than Leshrac can with pulling. Despite Leshrac probably last hitting pretty effectively and pulling lots of camps, this camp as well as this one, usually Enigmas or a solid jungling hero can pick up a little bit more farm than your average. And Lion's still level 4 mid lane. Invoker is up to level 5. Picks up a Wex as well, so a lot of early orb split up here. This makes his spells a little bit less useful, but he does have more variety. And I missed the first blood. It's going to be on Leshrac. Oh, Leshrac Sunstrike is going to be a little bit short there, and Leshrac ends up surviving. That is a tough loss. That would have been a kill. That's a 162 pure damage could have been done to the Leshrac. He ends up surviving there. Picks up the fast arcane, and immediately Beastmaster or Brewmaster actually shifts to the top lane. Going to try to push this since they did just get a successful kill off. So here comes the tower damage. Edict is being used. Level 3 Edict. In the meantime, Mouz is going to take some free farm in the mid lane, but if they can take this tower here, wow, the damage being done by DTS here. I love this shift of lanes here. Brewmaster actually going for a Orb of Venom. Very interesting adjustment to his skill build. In the meantime, bot lane being pressured as well. Plague Wards slowing this down as much as possible. Level 3 Plague Wards can definitely kill creep waves pretty well. And the Edict push on the tier 2 tower now. Arcane plus a Clarity Potion. He's going to put his mana into pretty healthy levels, but the Edict does run out, so going to have to wait a little bit of time. He's actually out of mana, so in the meantime, he can't cast that up. But wow, look at the stacks. M doing the same thing he did last game. Soul Ring plus Ancients. God, that is so many Ancients. That is ridiculous amount of Ancients here. It's going to give him so much more EXP potential. But bot tower is still taking damage. Spiral Strike comes through. Here comes the epicenter, but he gets roared off by M. Nice play. Axes as well, and Black looks to be in a lot of trouble. Might be. Oh, he doesn't have Sandstorm. The Black Hole comes through. There's the Sunstrike. It's going to land on 2 heroes. Lollipop is so low. Fire's going to try to get the kill. The stuns comes through. Venomancer drops. Black's still running away, but the Pig is slowing him. The Plague Ward's doing the damage, and they get the kill as M escapes. Wow, crazy fight coming through. Lala's trying to scout out DTS as well as they took the tier 2 tower top. Great advantage brought to them by Leshrac. And Sexy Bambo pressuring up the mid again as DTS awesome play is escaping. Level 6 at the moment. And Mouz is coming for the pursuit. Sing Sing is showing up. There's a Hex though, and Sing Sing looking for the disable if possible. There's the Entangle, and he is absolutely screwed there. Gets picked off. That was his only method of escape, I guess, was trying to run all the way around. But Lion picks up the last hit. Would have been nice to give that to Lone Druid, but it's not the end of the world. He's up to 1,400 gold, so he's doing pretty decent. We'll continue to get a lot of assets. The upside to losing 2 towers is now he can stand in a very safe spot, which is right here. I mean, how hard is it to gank it? DTS has to really go out of their way to pick up this kill now if they want to kill this hero. So I love Silencer's skill build, by the way. Picks up his ulti, one last word, and max out Glaives of Wisdom. He's probably also getting stats. Yeah, he is currently 1 stat level. He may pick up a mixture of stats as well as last word at this point. Kind of depending on what he wishes to use it for. I think some early last word levels would be good. Maybe a second level early on would be really, really effective, and then pick up 1 more stat. But he does do a double pull. Nice play by Jackal. It's so hard to do double pulls sometimes, so it takes a little bit of practice to get used to. But he's doing plenty of glaive damage. This little 39 here, guys, that's the pure damage he's getting out of that. So remember that he hits extremely hard at this point in the game. We're going to see Leshrac get a kill on Sand King on the bot lane. They used a sentry for that one. Sand King did actually have Sandstorm this time, but still did get picked off, so... Sorry, I missed that one. 333 is going to find a Haster, and she does bottle up. He's up to 1,300 gold at the moment, so his HP is okay. His mana pool is not bad, and with that Orb of Venom, once again, does apply a nice 12% slow. And also maxing out Drunken Haze second, so he's got so many slow possibilities. Clap, Drunken Haze, and that Orb of Venom. But a little bit of de-warding from Lion. That's going to be a brand new ward. Ooh, that's a good pickup. One nice advantage to having your wards up on time. You'll see the enemy players dropping them down. And in the meantime, Sing Sing is level 6. Still boots up, still has plenty of his regen. Really hasn't used a whole lot of his regen, but he's about halfway to his relic. And he may just go for fast radiance, may just completely skip phase boots or treads on himself, something like that. 333 coming for a gank to level 6. And Enigma is going to be spotted out to this. There's the Eidolon, so we'll be able to clap these for damage. No, pops the haste, actually. He's coming for the gank. He's going to spot fire. Looking for the Malfest, looking for the clap. He does, unfortunately, use it outside of range. And Edict has ran out, so the bottle charge has been used, and the TP support's coming. Lili is on the bot lane now, level 6. His Finger of Death is ready to go, 500 nuke damage there. Actually, even going to use a salve on Enigma, and they're just going to hide in the trees right here, just in case the dive came, but it's not actually going to. And it looks like the Ancients are still being worked down a little bit here by Beastmaster. Continuing to cast the Axes. Does do a mix of physical and magic damage, so the physical damage still does hits on the main ones, and that's actually a big stack here. These are 4 large creeps. This is around 600 to 800 gold of farm that he could grab. That he will grab slowly. He's going to wait for the Soul Ring there. Cast that Soul Ring, do the Axis. Bambo is invisible on the mid lane, actually. Lila's going to do a stun on 2 great hits. Looking for Sunstrike as well. There's the Finger of Death, and Lollipop easily picked up. Oh, he pops the wand. Sunstrike comes through. Lollipop gets killed. Great play by Bambo, cleaning that one up. In the meantime, Leshrac sanking again on the bot lane. Sanking, losing to the Leshrac. Not a good situation. Level 9 currently on Leshrac, no lightning yet. Picks up his ulti, and he's going to buy a really fast Drum of Endurance plus a Arcane Boost. So, huge mana potential as well as movement speed. They're going to try to take the bot tier 1 as Enigma comes from the back. Enigma does have Black Hole, 3 levels of Malefice, maxed out Demonic Conversion. He's got Tread, Soul Ring, Headdress. He's got really tanky items right now. No Roar on the Beastmaster either, so that's probably how they killed him. They probably roared into the stun from Leshrac, and the Eidolons are going to get picked off here as M does another Axes to push out this wave just a slight amount. I really like the Soul Ring pickup on Beastmaster. Gives him so much more axe potential than any other item. I mean, we saw one game, I don't remember what team that was, but they did axe spamming on Beastmaster with just a bottle, which did work out nicely. And there we go, once again, axes just at the pull time, so these creeps are going to be pulled past while taking a little bit of damage, and they will respawn. So stacking these up, bam, so another Dragon Kimp, and especially in the mid game, somebody can come and farm this if they really want to. Silencer picks up a really fast mech though, currently level 9, and he has still just 1 level of stats, is maxing out Last Word next. Invoker gets a kill in the mid lane against Brewmaster actually, doing some chain disables here, Hex as well as an Impale. And that was a Cold Snap plus a Chaos Meteor. I don't think Chaos Meteor was made for Brewmaster, but missing a lot of kills this game. 4-4 in the meantime. M does do another Axis, pulling the creep wave past just to try to reduce their HP a little bit. Get a little bit closer to getting those kills. Gotta kill these Black Dragons, man, especially these low HP ones, before somebody else snakes them. And Lyle running past to drop some Observer Wards down. He has been warding very nicely. Does want to get some more levels up though. Line gets a lot more effective around the level 9 mark. That's really the point where he's at his strongest. Because his disable durations are maxed out by Earth Spike as well as Hex. So it's very, very effective disables. Actually missed one stack there. Slight mistake by him, but he's going to find Lyle. There's the Roar coming through. That's a lot of trouble. Edict as well. Doesn't even need to pop the stun. Super easy kill, picking off the line. Level 6 here going down. A little bit of pressure on the mid lane as well. 333 ulti in 13. And looking for more axes in a second here by the Beastmaster. I just love watching these take the damage. It doesn't actually kill. Look at these. There's like 4 dragons that are so close to dying. Just kill him for the gold. Let's look how much he's going to level up here. He's at level 12 currently. God, he's sitting really highly leveled. This is one of the highest level Beastmasters I've seen before. He's the highest level in the game. Look at this. The EXP that he's getting from the Soul bot lane is ridiculous here. He's got 1 level of Inner Beast. He's got max Axes. He's got max Call of the Wild. And his Roar is at level 2. Now, how many kills does he have, actually? This might also be indicative. 1 kill and 3 assists, which is pretty good. He should have some nice EXP advantage from that one. And yeah, Dire Team is at a slight advantage for EXP. Gold graph-wise, it's actually pretty equal. So, Dire Team did a lot of pushing. They took the tier 2 towers. The 2 towers top. Lone Druid about 1,000 gold away from his Relic, which is also very good. He's going to run back his Bear to heal. Playing it very safe. And Sexy Bambo in the mid lane. Force Staff is up. Possibly going for a BKB next. That'll be interesting. Will allow him to ignore Last Word. I think this may be why he's picking up the skill. Also, ignoring Leshrac damage, also good. And Venomancer ulti, things like that. But Last Word only procs. Oh my god, am I going to miss another kill? Sanking once again going down. Oh, this is getting embarrassing. That's like 4 kills. This is not my game here. Necro 1 is picked up. He's got a Necro 2 currently. They get another kill on the bot lane. Sanking once again dying. So a lot of deaths coming out of Mouz right now. 4 deaths up on Black, so tough loss so far. Sexy Man both 3-0 and 2 on the Invoker in the meantime though. Jackal doing a little bit of pulling. I love the mech pickup once again on Silencer. He's got a huge mana pool, most of which he doesn't utilize in a normal team fight. Gank coming bottom. Bot tower goes down. Looking for the stun on Mambo, but it was a long TP. There's the cold snap. The damage coming in on awesome plays. Taking a ton of damage. Malefice as well. And here comes the possible Hex as well as the Earth Spike. And Lion gets the last hit. Gonna pop up to level 7 now. Maxing out his Earth Spike. Nice plays. 333 on the mid lane. Goes for a fast blink digger. Pre-stats, fast blink. Has a wand, has a bottle, so that's all the mana regen he apparently wants. And gonna see actually Sing Sing trading some hits with Jackal here. The pure damage hits really hard, especially because Lone Druid's base armor is really high when he turns into bear form. Oh, we will see an Entangle on Jackal. Those armor's so high. 5 armor plus the 5 from the mech. He always is going to have that heal when needed. He pops the Global Silence as the teamfight happens mid. Venomancer does get picked off though. And the Silence does run out. There's the blink forward. Stun lands by Black, and it hacks as well on the Brewmaster. He's got another clap. Might even ulti, but there's the haste rune from Black that's going to keep him alive. He's going to Panda split. And that is a tough loss. He's going to think he's fine. There's a Cyclone on the lone Druid. Bears fighting bears, man. And sending the other ones out to try to do a little bit of damage, but it's not going to do anything. Look at that. Unfortunately. Oh, wow. Almost found a line at 30 HP. How did that even happen? Wasn't able to kill. Needed literally one hit to pick that up. And he did retreat with his main Panda since he was low HP, so... Interesting play so far. 7-6 currently. Last word is maxed out. 2 levels of Global Silence as well. We'll see if he picks up Curse of the Silence or not. Since he wasn't against anyone in his lane, he was basically free farming. It's totally legitimate to just not get Curse of the Silence this game. I think that was a smart choice. But from here on out, lots of stat levels. He wants to tank up as much as possible because remember, every stat level he gets increases his HP, increases his attack speed, it increases his armor by a slight amount. And Gang comes in top though. There's the Epicenter blink in as well as a stun on Jackal. Jackal is in a lot of trouble. He already used his mech and the physical damage is too much. The TP supports come from Awesome Played. Black looks like he will get picked off and he does go down. Enigma as well might be in some trouble. There's the Gale. It's going to barely land on fire. Follow up stun. And that's going to be a double kill coming in for DTS. Which is going to slightly make up for the fact that Silencer was their hard carry and did get picked off, so... Great plays so far.
Regeneration.
Now Invoker on the mid lane is level 10. A couple pings on the mid ground, or on the high ground at least, but 333 still farming up. He still doesn't have a whole lot of HP. Probably will grab a point booster next, I'm assuming. I kind of like that he skipped the phase boots. He's actually going to grab Arcane this game. Interesting. So, opts for the Arcane to give him a really, really healthy mana pool. The only thing I don't necessarily like about this is he's already got 3 items now that's primarily used for mana regen. But, this will help him out more in the early game. I think if he goes Aghanim Scepter, this is a little bit redundant, because usually an Aghanim Scepter is going to be enough. But actually, we're going to see a Drum of Endurance being used. Lashrak really wants to get this kill off on Sing Sing, who is running for his life at the moment. Does take a little bit of ward damage, but he's fine. Entangle on the Plague Wards. Okay, I did not know that was possible. There's the Relic up, actually, coming for the line, and he's going to force staff forward, get the disable off on Lollipop, couple more last hits, Cold Snap, Forge Spirits is a stun on Lili, but the creeps are all here. Mouz is ready to fight this one. Finger of Death as well being used on Leshrac. He gets bursted down. Fire trying to escape. There's the Meteor. He's taking a little bit of damage block, and the last hit does come through by Jackal. There's a Burst Strike. There's an Entangle on Jackal, and Jackal is going to get picked off. 4 staff away. He might survive. No. The Forge Spirit's getting the last kill. Ultra kill on Bamboo. He is not done yet. Trying to pick off the Brewmaster as he's disabling the Blink Dagger. A couple more seconds here, and that's going to be the last Cold Snap. The Ice Wall is not going to get him. In 333 will escape. That's 4 heroes dead, though. 4 Enigma. Absolutely worth it by Mouz. And Sing Sing is so close to his Radiance now. Resummoning the Bear. He's got 300 gold to go, so looking really good for Mouz at the moment. 12-9, they may be able to even up the score 1-1, which would result in them both having 1 point for the GosuLeague here. Lili is at pretty low HP, but he's been doing really effectively. He's level 9 currently, so his Impale as well as his Hex are maxed out. Definitely very effective. And Sing Sing, he's got the gold. Here comes the Radiance, sending the Bear back. Or the Bear is dead. Because he doesn't have... Oh no, there it is. There it is. He'll purchase the Radiance shortly. This is going to increase his farm to ridiculous levels. You can definitely run into the jungle, stuff like that, and do really amazing fast farming there. Mid pressure coming from DTS, so Bamboo takes a lot of slow, actually. It was an Earth Clap plus a little bit of Poison Sting. There's the Meteor to slow down the Creep Wave push, and yeah, that's going to do some really good damage. Doesn't quite kill them all, but... doing some nice chunks. As the right clicks, finish them off. Great Silencer progression for Staff. He did have this last team fight, didn't save him, but Silencer is very, very good with the getaway maneuver, and there's a little bit of dewarding going on. Going to grab a brand new Observer Ward. Good pick up there, as well as the Sentry, so tough loss there. Black, of course, does have his Blink Dagger. We saw this earlier, so despite dying a couple times, he's doing really well now. And they're going to try to take out the Aegis. They have been using Edict. They have a Necro. Is this Necro 3? Wow, Beastmaster doing really well. He's got a Necro 3 finish. He's going for a Medallion next. But the damage coming out of Jackal here is huge. Pure damage of 56. That's not reduced by armor. That's not reduced by magic. And Looks like Brewmaster actually picks up the Aegis. Cool stuff. So this guarantees him to be able to get a disable off. He's going to find Lili. There's the slow coming from the Drunken Haze. And the clap almost landing down. Hex is almost out. There's a couple more nukes. Great triple stun from Lili as he runs away. Venomancer is going to ult. Actually, he only catches Sing Sing here. Sing Sing in the mix. The Radiant's doing the damage, but he's in a lot of trouble, taking a huge AoE. And a couple more follow-ups. He does get picked off, so no more Radiance. There's the Panda split as well. Roar comes through. Ult the epicenter. Black Hole gets interrupted immediately by fire. And the Pandas, but he's taking the AoE damage. Awesome play. Almost out of mana, but a couple more right clicks and he goes down. Invoker up in the air, but Leshrac gets a triple 4 staffs away. And the Radiant team escaping as the Dire team cleans up. Leshrac with the ultra huge mana pool, huge damage contribution, stats as well. Look at his stats, plus 20 right now. It is so strong. And trying to pick off Banbo. He's got 6 seconds left on the 4 staff. Here comes 333. He's trying to slow down his movement speed all of a force in 3. Looking for the clap though, trying to juke and juke. Oh my gosh. And they're going to back off. DTS does not want to mess with that. Bambo is still full HP and he does have a 4 staff up, so definitely can make something cool happen. Now we are going to see Invoker on the bot lane. Awesome play shifting to top, going to slowly regen up his mana pool as well as his HP, but he's at 2,400 gold now. Probably might see a Bloodstone on him. Nah, he's going to make a Black King bar first, I think. He's going to finish his BKB. That'll be really effective for him. So that was a big tough loss for Mouz, basically. Mouz just got the Radiance on the bear, and then they had a team fight, and they died. He died really fast. He was a little too aggressive there. He didn't really need to be in the mix there. You just need to stand within range to let your bear do the Radiance damage and let your bear get entangles off. But he ran into the middle. He took tons of magic damage. It bursted him down, and at that point he was in a bad spot. So there's a slight misplay by Sing Sing there. If he would have just kept the bear in the mix, he could have just resummoned the bear mid-fight if the bear died, and it would have done that 40 burn damage per second for the entire team fight situation. So another disadvantage for what Mouz is working with is that when Panda splits, he can use any of his 2 pandas, either his Earth Panda or his Storm Panda, to just disable Enigma from Black Holing, which is exactly what we saw. He was literally just waiting for the Enigma Black Hole. He immediately interrupted it, and if Enigma doesn't have a Black Hole in a team fight situation, he's not nearly as big of a force. I mean, Malefice is great. Midnight Pulse can be useful, and Eidolons can do some damage. At this point, they totally peak off, though. So being able to disable the Black Hole like that is going to be a huge detriment. Now, Venomancer doing some nice farming in the meantime. Stacking up the creeps a little bit here. He's going to pull the Dragon back. He might actually have done this at the wrong time. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull this back before the creep wave spawns, but oh, it's going to be close here. Let's see. Has to get to 1 minute, and he's going to be fine. So, cool stuff. So, very important to do. Pull the creep wave past, let it spawn again. You don't have to spend as much time walking from camp to camp, and this increases your farm rate by just a little bit here. Now, in the meantime, Sing Sing is up to 1,300 gold. We'll see what items he goes for next. 333. Swinging back into the jungle a little bit. And Lollipop continuing to pull back the creep wave. So, both teams just continuing to farm here. Now, Dire Team does have a late game. They, of course, have Silencer. He's going to have tons of pure damage as the time goes on. His next item choice is probably going to either be a Shivas or a Sheepstick. Either option would be really good. You can even get something weird like the Rod of Atos. It's a new item that not a whole lot of players have grabbed, but it gives you survivability as well as a lot of intelligence. So, equivalent to a Mystic Staff, and it does give you some slow. It's pretty cool. 333 possibly coming for a kill. Oh, he's going to find Sing Sing, though. Is he going to clap on this? He's thinking about it. There's the clap coming through. There's the silence, or the slow as well, and a ton of slow. Black comes in, gets a double stun off, and might actually be able to kill 333. He gets the split off. Great mech from Jackal as he 4 steps forwards. They might pursue this. Looking for the Panda stun, but nothing quite yet. Oh, still not within range. Storm Panda goes invisible, looking for the Cyclone, and still not going to get casted. There's the, there it is. So puts the tanking up in the air. Stun goes down on fire, and Panda's going to have to run away now. His mana is out, but in the meantime, DTS awesome. Does pop his BKB, wants to kill on fire here. Doing tons of AoE damage. Silencer uses his ulti as well, and there's the final clap. And Enigma does get picked off. Line also going down. Dying to Silencer. There's the roar on Bambo. There's the epicenter from Black. He blinks in. Does the AoE damage. Doing tons. Picks off the Beastmaster. The Necro 3 barely survives here, which means Black doesn't suicide damage there. But Lone Druid TP'ing out. I don't know where he just TP'd from, but there's the clap forward. Panda wants to kill. Brewmaster gets it. Picks off the bear as the stun comes through. Black isn't going to be able to kill the Leshrac, though. Dies. Ends up popping the mech. And surprisingly, DTS wins that team fight. Wow, that was a 5-man loss. I don't think we saw any buybacks. I don't know how things went so badly for Mouz there, but that was a weird chase that ended up resulting with a lot of dead heroes on the Radiant team. Now, bot tier 2 tower is going to get picked off in the meantime. I'm going to try to stop saying that, I'm sorry. I know I say too much. Pushing comes up from the bot lane. Trying to take the Rax Tower. They have a little bit of time. More Thunder casts. The tower is taking a ton of damage. Clap is well clearing the creep wave, but wards are on the high ground. Plus the Edict, they're a little low in mana though. Is the only downside. Earth Spike's going to land. Looks like Brewmaster does get picked off. Nice play. But they do take the tower, so we'll see how many more heroes die. Might see the Cold Snap. There's a Cold Snap on the Beastmaster. The Roar is going to land down on Invoker. Necro 3 is spawned as well, doing the mana drain. Black King Bar as well. Stun follow up on Bambo. The right click is huge damage. They trade there. Great play. Gale's going to land on the Spirit Bear, which reduces his movement speed by a ton as Black is looking for another stun. Lands down on Leshrac. Leshrac is in a lot of trouble. Can Wand and maybe get the TP out. He could actually TP unless he gets entangled here. There's the Arcane. If he checks Lion, Lion has no mana at all. There's the follow-up from SK, and now I think he's screwed here. He's going to try to trade, picking off the line, and there's the ulti. He might get the kill. He does get the kill. Great play by Leshrac. Putting himself up to a monster kill before he goes down, so a little bit more EXP boost before his death, but the rest of the Radiant tiers are going to make out with that one, so going to get some nice advantage from that, or at least a little bit. If we look at the EXP graphs, it's actually pretty heavily in the Dire favor, despite them only being 3 kills up. I don't know why it's so high. Do they have more assists? They might just have more assists or something. I don't know. It looks pretty reasonable. I don't know. They have a slight kill advantage. Only 3. I guess they are around more creeps or something. Who knows? About 10k advantage going to the Dire team. So, DTS looking pretty good. Panda's still in the jungle in the meantime. Very close to his Aghanim Scepter. He's going to have this in a short 1,000 gold, so he's going to spend his time farming in the meantime. And we have 2 of the Dire team sitting in the jungle, or in the fountain at least. Still just a Necro 3 on Beastmaster. He's going for a pipe next. HP is looking really healthy. Necro 3 gives you a lot of strength, guys. It's an awesome item on either agility, or pretty much any hero except for agility. Even sometimes agility heroes that can be effective. Gives you a lot of HP, gives you a lot of mana pool as well, and the Necro 3s are just amazing. They're can be so well utilized. You can use them to counter ward, you can use them to just, I don't know, scout, right-click them on an important hero in a team fight. They saw it on Invoker. I mean, you saw the Necro 3 right-click on Invoker, the range creep as well. Just the auto-attack damage it provides an armor, or attack speed and movement speed, or just so effective. Great, great item. Especially on Beastmaster. It's an excellent Beastmaster item. But once he goes for his pipe next year, is that going to be it? Yes. Wow, he's actually full pipe finish. Wow, that's really good. At this point, Beastmaster is a beast. Not intending to make that pun, but Brewmaster gets picked off top in the meantime. He did have his ulti, but got ganked on, so didn't see that one. That was probably a Blink stun for it. Yeah, as you can see, Blink is on cooldown. Blink stun with follow-up disables, and he gets picked off, so. TP is coming back from DTS in the meantime. And Ultimate Orb is up on Leshrac, or, Silencer. And here comes the defense, buyback from Brewmaster, so they're going to be fighting this. There's the last word, there's the ulti. Leshrac doing tons of AoE. Lion gets picked off immediately as they're chasing after Sing Sing, who does have a hood up, looking for the stun, going to land down on fire, trying to catch up to this one, and Beastmaster coming through. Roar has already been used. Cyclone on Lone Druid. Black Hole immediately disabled as they are going to be pick off fire. There's the Epicenter as well, doing a ton of damage to DTS as they're trying to get kills, but Sand King goes down. They're going to try to also kill the Spirit Bear, which I think they will pick off. Another Cyclone going down on Lone Druid, showing the power of Brewmaster. Here comes the right-click damage. The Bear gets picked off. Jackal is right-clicking Sing Sing, and the pure damage is cleaving through his high HP. There's the Sunstrike. It is going to miss Silencer. He barely survives there as Bambo tries to pick that one up. Tough loss. That would have been a 350. Definitely would have killed the Silencer, who actually TP'd the bot lane to defend the bot tower. Awesome play. So he is going for a Sheepstick next. We'll give him some nice attack speed, huge damage output, unlimited mana, and the disable. Bambo does blink past, does drop down the ice wall, really wants to put DTS in a bad spot, so if they don't back off, they're going to be in a lot of trouble here. It takes forever for them to run away. The double stun lands, 333 taking some good damage. Might see a Finger of Death. Oh, he's a little bit far back, but wow, the physical damage coming out of M, as well as the Venomancer is huge. Blink forward, actually, but the Force Staff from Bambo gets him away. And he is trying to go invisible. Does have Ghost Walk up, a little bit low in mana, but he survives anyways. And now we're looking for another Cold Snap as Black takes huge AoE, or single target damage. Necro 3 putting him so low, he's down to 300 HP, but it looks like he will survive. Actually, there's the pipe pop up, and M is going to get right-clicked down in the meantime. He does get trapped in the corner a little bit, so Enigma makes a nice play. The Bear is up. Bambo is still invisible here, but very, very slowed. He's going to casually walk away as DTS escapes, so Jackal's still pressuring bot. His mana regen very, very low, but he's going to TP back to base. Since he's missing so much, you might as well at this point. So that will heal him back up to full. He's going to be able to buy a TP scroll, maybe purchase a We'll see if he grabs the Mystic Staff now. Might just wait until he has the full item purchased, but Sing Sing on the top lane, up to 1900 HP with a hood as well. A lot of wards up on line, actually, really trying to make sure that they do not get caught out of positions. Let's check the vision at the moment. So the Radiant team, this is what they're seeing right now. They have 0 wards on the map. Line obviously about to make up for that. I think 5 wards is going to be adequate. Hopefully it doesn't spend them all right now. If you wait and purchase all of your wards at once, and then they're on cooldown. So if he dropped all 5 of his wards, they would have vision for 6 minutes, and then just then they would be able to get 2 wards up again. So he's going to do a little counter warding here in the meantime. But dropping the vision down, they need to have vision of Roshan. That's very important. As you guys can see, DTS is getting ready to take that. If we compare to DTS's vision, look at their ward vision currently. I love this ward spot. This is a very common pathing for the Radiant team. It also gives them a little bit of vision behind the tier 2 tower. This is also important when they do want to push this later. And also they had vision on the top rune spot. So if Radiant team or the Dire team is jungling at this camp, they will know about it. And they could possibly blink up and engage that if they wish to. So let's check some CS totals. I know I haven't looked at that in a while, and I'm sure you guys are curious. There they are. 142 on the Enigma. We have 153 Lone Druid, 100 on Sand King, 136 on Invoker, and for the Dire team, 121 on Brewmaster, 165 Silencer, and 94 Beastmaster, 85 on the Leshrac. I don't know what Sing Sing is so happy about. Something, I'm sure. The Bear still does not have boots up, but he is definitely very concerned about his survivability. Hood as well as the Magic Wand do cover that whole lot. I actually would like maybe Sing Sing to have a Blacking Bart, something that oftentimes works out very good on the Lone Druid grab. Rather than the Hood, I feel like in terms of disables, if he just grabs a BKB on his primary hero instead of the Hood, go for like a Ogre Club instead, or sorry, a Planeswalker's Cloak and a BKB, goes a little bit farther. It's better for team fight, less for overall regen over time, so that's the trade-off. I don't know if his team has a pipe yet. If they don't, he's probably going to be him who picks up the pipe, in which case it's worth it. Yeah, he's going for a pipe. So pipe is finished on him. It'll be a nice way to farm up and tank up his team as well in the meantime. So in that case, it's better than Black King Bar. Especially against the Venom ulti. Venom ulti does tons of AoE damage. They also have to worry about Leshrac as well, so pipe is a must at this point. So, push up the mid lane. Line just with a 1 braced at the moment, level 11. We'll see if he picks up Mana Drain later. He probably will not, because at this point tanking up is more important than anything else. Getting a good mana pool also helps out. There's a medallion. Wow, taking tons of damage here. Part of this is Jackal, though. There's a Sunstrike trying to scout things out. It does find that they are taking out the Roshan, but it's going to be way too late here. Damage output is huge. There's Aghanim Scepter up on the Brewmaster. And who's going to grab the Aegis? Can they actually grab it? They do actually. Okay, the ward dies. I think that was a little blocked off, but Silencer with that up is doing huge damage at this point. Look at his intel. He's up to 133. That is huge percentages of pure damage. He's going to be hitting for about 80 or something like that. A little bit higher than that. Probably about 90 pure damage or something. That eats right through that armor, eats right through the hood. And still no boots up on the bear. Sing Sing being very... I don't know, just doesn't want to get boots on the bear, I guess. Still waiting for other items. I mean, he got the pipe fast, which is great. It helped him get his radiance a little more quickly, but didn't really profit a whole lot from it. Oh, he's going to find the Hawk, actually. That's pretty lucky. Radiance Hawk. Always good stuff. Brewmaster pressuring and looking for kills in the bot lane. He does have his Aghanim Scepter, so he can be a little aggressive here. Burst Strike comes through. And we're going to see a Blink Dagger up on Beastmaster. He is farming so well this game. Wow. 419 gold per minute up on M. Just really made the ganks happen. Had a really good farming in lane. Might get jumped on by line. We'll see. There's a Blink forward. Stun does land on him. He's going to have a follow-up Hex as well. We'll see. Oh, Entangle also lands. There's the... Wow, even using a Veil. Hood. And oh, the Impale misses on M. There's the Cold Snap, though, from Bambo, and he is going to get picked off. Looks like the Leshrac throws 1 stun, but he was dead at that point. The Cold Snap really sealing the deal on the Beastmaster, so despite being tanky as hell and having a Blink Dagger, the damage just kept coming. Oh, wow, great Blink from 333. That was so close. Barely makes it out in time, but great Blink from him. Actually, just now getting Drunken Brawler as Leshrac picks off Bambo in the top lane. Solo, and he popped a BKB. Whoa. Pops a BKB and still gets killed. I don't know what happened there. Wish I caught that one. Oh well. Venomancer pressuring bot as Jackal is also down there. And Black backing up for the mid lane. Lili at the Ancient Creeps. And Awesome Play is pushing up, so... Alright, Gold Graph, 10k advantage for the Dire team, so still looking pretty good. Silencer's next item, Shivas, is probably the way to go. You probably want survivability. Once you have 1700 HP, you're pretty okay in team fights, so... And surprisingly, Last Word hasn't really made as much of a difference as perhaps I've noticed. I'm sure the players are feeling different stuff. They're trying to gank a Silencer. It really does make it a pain in the ass if you can only cast spells every 3 seconds, but... Both teams may just know that Aegis is already gone, so, I mean, DTS does have the Aegis. They could keep farming here. I guess as time goes on, they can most likely outcarry the Radiant team. Lone Druid is going to pick up a Vlad's next, which gives them some nice armor, but once again, armor is not going to do much against Silencer. It's going to do that pure damage. It's going to eat right through your armor. I would really like to see the bear have boots. Give him 55 extra movement speed. I think that would be worth it. I don't know how much it's been effective and if it's been making a big difference in team fights or not, but... Say boots at least. Throw him boots. Now the Hawk is going to scout the high ground. Might actually die to radiant damage. Yeah, that is going to die. Nice kill by Sing Sing. Free little bird there. And the Veil is up on the Sanking. We saw this before. BKB up on Enigma. Let's check the other items. Let's do a quick item check overall. Dire team, Aghanim's Blink on Beast, Brewmaster, sorry. Venomancer getting very close to his Aghanims. He's actually quite a ways away. He's not super close. Silencer obviously really farmed. Beastmaster the same, and Leshrac actually disassembling his Arcane, going for a Soul Booster, so he is going to make a Bloodstone at this point. Despite it being pretty late, he is going for that, so... A lot of regular boots up on the Dire team, actually. So, interesting. But Lollipop pressuring. He's got that urn up. I love this choice. Just a little bit of mana regen here. Definitely benefits his heavy casting playstyle. Venomancer, as you hear, does need at least a little bit of mana regen. And Sing Sing might fight this as well. Still does not have boots up on the bear, but he does have a Rabbit anyway, so he gets good movement speed from that, 20%. And a little bit of Midnight Pulse to try to prevent the Dire team from running uphill. And there we go, Jackal going to take a lot of damage. Actually, it's doing 90 damage per second here in the mix. And there's the Malefice as well. Bear comes in. There's the Ice Wall. Going to land on a couple of heroes. Panda's going to ulti. I hear the Global Silence going down. Jackal is taking a lot of focus fire, though. It's going to force Staff out and end up surviving, but the Entangle does some good damage. Meteor as well. There's a Burst Strike through from Black on the Storm Panda as another Impale lands. And they're escaping. Silencer has respawned. He did end up going down. All of Radiant teams is not dead yet. Bamboa is going to barely survive here as the Necro 3s die to the fountain. And Sanking as well actually barely dies to the Plague Ward. That is a tough loss. Wow, almost makes it out, and surprisingly, Mouz defends that expertly. Nobody ends up dying. There's the Chase looking for an Entangle. Great Ice Wall coming down, landing on 2 heroes. The Sing Sing looking for the Entangle, and Lollipop doing some good damage as Jackal's also right-clicking. Fire looks at the Black Hole, finally catches 4 heroes. The best Black Hole that we've seen all game. The Epicenter also coming through as DTS is just literally getting cleaned up. 3 heroes are down. 4 heroes are down. Are they going to get M as well? There's the blink for it. There's the stun, and that is going to be a team wipe. Mouz expertly defending that push on the bot lane, losing only the Sand King in the first engagement. He had to buy back, just barely dying there, and they come back and win an excellent chase and taking out DTS in an awesome fight. This is their time to push, and now they're going up the mid lane. Man, that was good. Holy crap. Great plays from Mouz. Perfect executed team fight. Everybody took damage, backed off, and went right back into the mix. Surviving through the Global Silence, surviving through the Panda ulti. That is seriously impressive by Mouz. So Tier 2 tower now taking the damage. They're going to lose this. Possibly going to lose the mid racks as well. At the very least, the mid tower will take some damage, I think, from Sing Sing. Nope, he's going to play it safe and back out. Does not want to deal with any of these heroes with the possibility of them buying back and initiating. There are a lot of Blink Daggers, so if he was right here, they could TP and then blink and catch up, and he would be at the chance of dying. So Hyperstone is put on the Spirit Bear. And the right-clicking continues. Lion is in the jungle, does pick up a single level of mana drain. Just to boost up his mana. If it's low, you can get 80 out of it from range creep, so it's worth it for 1 skill point in the late game. As a whole, though, usually most people don't pick up this skill. The level 4 mana per second drain is ridiculous, though. Doubles in effectiveness, 120 there. It's really good. Now, Sanking on the bot lane is going to pick up a ultimate orb, possibly going for a sheep stick. I think. Great item choice for Sanking. As you guys can see, his mana is actually a little bit low. Arcane does not fill his mana gaps at this point, so it's very important to have some kind of mana regen item to move on from this point. And once he does have that sheep, he's going to have huge reach as well. Blink Dagger range. On top of that, Sheepstick has a huge casting range, so I believe it's 900, which is very, very long for a cast. Means he's going to be able to blink really far, get that Hex off, possibly against someone like Silencer. If you Hex Silencer, his last word does not work either. That's very, very important. Hexes are great for shutting down passive abilities like that. They don't cover everything, but I think last word counts. Now, you can silence him as well. I think Hex works to stop his last word. And the Soul Booster's still up on Leshrac, but no Bloodstone quite yet, and DTS is ready to push back in. So, wow, look at that gold graph change. 6k. They lost 4k advantage in that team fight. And just waiting for Invoker, or I'm sorry, Jackal to come through. He's got a Ghost Scepter now, so he will be able to go Ethereal if he does get jumped on or entangled by the bear. Very good choice. I don't think he's going to... No, he's not going to make this into Ethereal, but it does provide him some nice stats. His HP is even scarier than it was. We're going to see a little bit of Spirit Prayer. There's the Ice Wall. He's going to go in. Oh, he gets Hex, though, right before he spots the... Oh, wow, the stun lands on Leshrac as he blinks. That's the most frustrating thing ever. Pops his own BKB. Bambo taking tons of damage. Does get picked off. Sing Sing as well. The right click coming through. There's the Epicenter trying to counter-initiate. Jackal is going to get picked off by the Epicenter. Veil doing the damage, and we see a Finger of Death as well in Leshrac. Deafening Blast. It looks like Mouz is defending. We see buybacks from both teams, actually. Follow-up stun lands down. Beastmaster ends up getting picked off. Actually, that was a Lion. I'm sorry. Venomancer ulti lands down, Black taking a ton of damage, Black Hole comes through, and actually is going to land off for a lot of damage. Fire gets picked off afterwards though, as well as the Meteor come through, Lollipop going down, M as well, taking a lot of bear damage. Still no boots up on the bear, unfortunately, doing the Radiance, so he's going to have to resummon this shortly as it goes down, and it does get picked off, so the Radiance is currently out of the team fight. M taking the Malefice, Burrow Strike through by Black. He is going to take a Hex, though, and a couple last hits from Jackal, and that is a kill. Sing Sing taking big hits, 119 pure damage per hit as it goes through the Midnight Pulse. Needs to be a little bit more slowed as the Drunken Haze comes through, and a couple more last hits, and it looks like Jackal will pick this up. He's going to transform, but it's not enough. He goes down. Fire's going to be next. 333 trying to run away, but Enigma might be able to pick out the kill. And there's the blinking from Bambo. There's the Ice Wall. Missing. Picks out the kill. Melee Barracks is down. Jackal is trying to escape. There's the Midnight Pulse as well. And a couple more last hits. The slow is going to force staff, and he gets the kill. 2 more intelligence going on Bambo. And the force staff forward. He needs 1 more hit as Jackal gets hexed. Lai trying to go for the disable, looking for the impale, might be able to pick off. The right clicking is effective, and Bambo baits out the 5th kill. What a crazy team fight. We do see the melee barracks go down. Lots of deaths from both sides, DTS as well as Mouz, and I'm sure we saw tons of buybacks there. They did take the melee barracks, so they now have a lane advantage at the very least, but the gold graph has got to be looking, look at that, it's barely moving at all. It's a very slight advantage going to DTS here, taking the racks, but trading so many deaths. This is crazy. What an intense teamfight situation. I need to drink something. I'm actually getting parched for once. This is so epic. Alright. So, Lion back in the mid lane. He does have the Ogre Club up. Probably going to go try to get a Black King Bar. If he can grab a Black King Bar at this point, he's going to be sitting really good. Look at his HP. His HP is really healthy. Can take plenty of physical damage. But if he grabs that Black King Bar, doesn't have to worry about Global Silence still goes through, but doesn't have to worry about Leshrac disables, Beastmaster Roar will still hit him, Venomancer, even Brewmaster just can ignore him. And that's going to be so effective. Now Brewmaster disassembles, I like this choice. Disassembled his Arcane Boots, sold the Energy Booster, and then picked up a Boots of Travel. It's an excellent progression. Late game energy, or late game Arcane Boots, especially this late when everybody is so high in levels, you really don't need the mana pool anymore. So picks up the Boots of Travel instead. He also has the Vlad's, which will apply armor, damage, and mana regen or to his pandas, mostly for the armor and the damage. Also gives him lifesteal, the melee one at least, the melee ones. So aura items always going to be great on Panda. And pressure towards the bot lane. Still no Bloodstone up on Leshrac. He's going to blink forward. Actually does land a stun on Lili. And Lili in a ton of trouble. There's the AoE damage coming through. And Panda cleans it up. So they do pick off the line due to a nice ward. And I'm sure they realize now there's got to be a ward up there. That's the only reason they blinked forward so far and got the kill. So tier 2 tower is still up. Has completely been untouched here. But DTS showing that they definitely want to take it down. Still no new items on Beastmaster. But I'm sure he's been buying back as well as all of the other heroes. Pretty much every hero in this game doing a lot of buybacks. But there comes the Edict damage, so tier 2 is easily going to fall. They have plenty of damage to pick that one up. Especially the attack speed from Inner Beast, applying some nice impact. Especially with Silencer, actually. It's a really nice synergy. I mean, I guess it's the same with any hard carry, but... Going to pick off one Greater Hawk, but they have scouted out that Black is over here, so they're going to be looking for his Epicenter. If you can pop the silence, global silence, before the epicenter comes, it's huge. So I'm not really sure how Sanking's been playing this. There's the EMP actually. Gonna drain some mana. So this is the point where they actually kind of wish that they did have Arcane Boots. There's a little bit of Sable on Fire. We're gonna see the Deafening Blast as Bambo gets roared on, and he's gonna get picked off right off the bat. There's the global silence as well, preventing the Radiant team from doing much for a couple seconds. Looking for a black hole perhaps. Puts down the Midnight Pulse. His Black King Bar completely wasted here. Great global silence from Silencer. He uses the Ghost Scepter as well as Sing Sing is put up in the air. And DTS looking for a little bit more dive here, but they pick off the Invoker at the start of the fight, which is a great hero to drop. Now, there's a Glyph being popped on the tower. You'll see a little bit of Entangle on the Storm Bear as the Panda still continues to pressure. He's going to try to take out this tier 3 tower in the meantime. And it does go down, so Vision comes through. Black's going to Burrow Strike through, does get a stun off, running away in the meantime. Does get Hex, though, taking some Silencer damage as the last word's doing some good work, but there's the Hex on top of Silencer. Black Hole comes through, catches 3 heroes, and this looks like Leshrax's going to get picked off. Finger of Death gets the kill, 30-33, out of his ulti, not able to pick off Black, and Mouz once again looking like they will defend. Lili is going to get dropped to poison damage as Awesome Play hops in, once again respawning as the bear runs away, trying to keep Sing Sing, and they burst down the heroes. 4 go down. Mouz able to defend once again. They lost another tower though. Are they going to be able to come back from this? I mean, if you look at the gold graph, it's really not moving a whole lot, and every time the DTS pushes in, they just get a little bit more advantage every single time. Wow. They are just barely holding this off. Mouz really pulling everything together, playing really excellent team fights. I mean, there's some slight mistakes. Enigma was hoping to get a black hole off before the last word happened, or before the global silence happened, but it flew down and then he wasted his BKB kind of. But they still held off the team fight. They have a lot of really nasty abilities that they have to play against. Beastmaster Roar, global silence on the silencer, all of that stuff is just a pain in the ass to deal with. And the pressure comes back up the mid lane. Lone Druid with the plate mail is up. And buybacks come for Brewmaster as well as Leshrac there. Did not want to threaten losing their racks. Huh. Well, at this point, you know, it doesn't even matter that much. Look at the item. Alright, it's going to hurt for who is... Alright, Leshrac is going to need the gold. He still does not have his Bloodstone, which would provide him a crap load more mana regen per second. Not to mention the recharge and the heal and stuff, all the good stuff that Bloodstone provides. He's going to be able to look up the Void at least, but Brewmaster is pretty much set on items. Past this, he could grab an AC, he could maybe try to grab a Black King Bar, something weird like that, but he's pretty much set on items. His ulti is as good as it's going to get. Stands like Drum of Endurance or something like that, but somebody else has a drum, I'm sure. Somebody's got to have a drum. I think Venno has one. Yeah, Venno does have a drum, so... Couple aura items. They're going to try to take out the melee barracks next, so DTS trying to really conceal their victory here. Illusion does distract them a little bit, spending a little bit of mana on that, but not a huge loss. And he's got Alacrity, Forge Spirits ready to go. Lili got to make sure that nobody gets caught out of position. Deafening Blast being used to do a little bit of damage. And there's the Epicenter actually coming through, starting things off the right way. Leshrac is going to get picked off. There's the Epicenter and the Global Silence. Going to see an Entangle on the Earth Panda as they're just right-clicking down the melee barracks. DTS knows they just want to end this up here. If they can, trying to pick off the Earth Panda as well. Might see the Panda get picked off. Yes, that is his death. And in the meantime, Lollipop under the ice wall gets dropped. Mouz defending this very, very well. I love how Black started that off. Epicenter blink in, did the stun before the global silence happened. That was a huge initiation by Black. He's got a blink dagger as soon as the Venom ulti runs out. 3 seconds after that, so here comes Bambo looking for 4 staff and 5. He does go invisible, but the Hex comes through. The Axes get the kill, and he gets picked off. And a ulti on Black. Oh, the nice Hex. Silencer not running away, but Beastmaster in a tough spot. Might have to spawn some creeps, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There's the Hex. And now Lone Druid right-clicking the Finger of Death being used. Ghost Scepter also. There's the mech up by Jackal. And the Black Hole catches 2 heroes as Sing Sing's doing good damage to Jackal. His HP is going so low. He pops the cheese and turns and right-clicks trying to pick off Lele, but he does get entangled. That prevents him from attacking. He gets Hex next. Still the Ghost Scepter up though. Another Axes and another Malefest as Sing Sing continues to right-click, doing the good damage. He 4 steps forward and he gets picked off by the Lone Druid. Radiance damage. Now Mouz finally able to take a Rax of their own. The buybacks are probably still on cooldown. Silencer comes back, but I'm sure Leshrac as well as the Panda out of gold, not going to be able to buy back. Venomancer does not have enough, and the melee barracks is going to fall. Mouz still can win this game. Melee barracks gets picked off. There's the mech pop from Enigma as the range also drops down, and they may just back off, taking their advantage. They've been defending the team fights. Bot range barracks does go down, so bot tower is their bot range is going to push like crazy now. And I don't know if they have TPs. Not a single one of them has a TP. There's the Assault Cuirass up on the Spirit Bear. Still no boots up on the bear yet. but they will be able to defend. This tower takes a little bit of damage, but Lai will get some solo EXP out of this. Level 18. This game is ridiculous. Fire is going to snag up something. Nope, decides not to purchase anything from the side shop, surprisingly. Wants to stay on buyback gold. If they can hold off the Rexes, they are showing signs of coming back from this. The downside is there's 2 tier 2 towers up. That means they cannot push through the mid and swing bot to take Rexes. So that means bottom is going to be a pain in the ass to take. Top is probably their second best bet, but they need to keep defending. DTS knows. They say, okay, Lone Druid is just getting too takey at this point. We have to take the double racks right now. We're so close to it. Suicide are heroes. They don't have buyback gold, though, so they can't even necessarily suicide, but things is crazy. Things are crazy right now. This is ridiculous. Venomancer has his ulti as well, so we're doing tons of damage with Poison Nova. He just needs to make sure he lands out on multiple heroes. Leshrax can disconnect. And there is the CS totals. If you guys were curious, 261 on the Silencer. We have 139 Beastmaster, 144 on the Leshrac, 141 Veno, and 200 on Brewmaster. For the Radiant team, the lowest in the game, 44 is online, but he's been playing total support, 207 on Enigma, 292 Lone Druid, 240 Sanking, and 215 Invoker. One really nice thing about Lion, though, he's still really good late game. Compared to something like a Crystal Maiden, Impale and Hex are always going to be relevant. Always. Frostbite can be manted out of. It's a entangle, it's a weak stun, basically. The Frost Nova is okay, but once again, she basically has Frostbite and slow. That's not very much. The Lion, on the other hand, can stun in an AoE for 2.5 seconds every 12 seconds, and he has a Hex for 4. It's so great. Lion, definitely one of the best late game supports in terms of team fight contribution. So DTS is pushing up. Venomancer is going to be on the way. There's the Ice Wall, going to slow things down by quite a bit. They're going to be able to clean up the creep wave so easily this way. And Lone Druid actually transferring his items to himself. So the bear now 0 boots. It's to the point where DTS could just right-click down his bear if they wanted to. And he is on cooldown for 40 seconds. So did not want to chance the bear dying immediately, losing the Radiance and the AC. He's going to transfer the Radiance back to the bear in the meantime. He's going to do just a little bit of anti-push here. Mouz has to continue turtling this. And Black is on the low ground, checking for a observer where they assumed. That's kind of a cool little play. Run down here, make it look like you dropped an observer. But it looks like DTS is going to back off. I kind of wish they would maybe fight on low ground here. Maybe fight, push down here somewhere. Bear is going to tank up a little bit, or at least slow down the push. I would love to see him have a stout shield, but he just does. Oh man, look at the damage he's taking. I mean, even though these creeps do 50 damage, if you can block half of that, or even 60% of that, or 40% of that, whatever the number is, that's really effective. But he's going to have to send the bear back once again. AC is transferred. Still, I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't put boots on the bear. I feel like it's just simply going to be useful no matter what. I don't know. Interesting choice for sure. Especially now that it has AC and good attack speed, but we do see a smoke up actually by most of DTS. I don't know if that was spotty. I look at all the counter wards there. They just really want to make sure they weren't going to get spotted. If they can pick off a single hero, I think what they should do is maybe swing towards the bot lane and engage this way. They can jump on somebody, pop the global silence. If they can initiate, and DTS, all they have to do is win one team fight and they win the game, basically. If they can take the mid racks, it's gone. Everything is over. They'll have a 2 racks advantage. Then all they have to do is do a slow push top. Be very, very careful about it. Let the other lanes threaten a throne. And just wait till somebody backs off to stop the creep wave, and then they initiate. Then they're playing a 5v4, at least for the first 10 seconds of the team fight, and that can sometimes make the difference, especially when the gold is this close. Look at that, we're down to 0, where they both have 90,000 gold at this point in the game. 53 minutes in here.
Haste.
And there is going to be a little bit of pressure mid from Sing Sing, looking to bait this. Look at the rest of his allies are all smoked up. They're waiting to see if they'll jump on the Lone Druid. But DTS is smarter than that. They probably realize what they're doing. They're looking for somebody to just jump on. Now Leshrac is on top. He's going to pressure out. He does have his Bloodstone finish. He might just save for buyback's so expensive at this point. Level 24, 54 minutes, and buyback is up to 1,800 gold just about. That is a lot of gold. Bloodstone would give him a lot of mana regen, but at this point, I don't know if it's going to matter. There's the KDs if you guys are curious. Invoker doing very well. 12, 6, and 16. Leshrac pretty much the only person positive on his team other than Beastmaster. Beastmaster also doing good, and Silencer breaking even here. So, and Silencer no new items since then. Looking for the Aegis possibly, and both teams actually going to check for this. Looking for Roshan. I think DTS is just going to wait for that point. They can definitely be patient. The waves are pushing towards Mouz since they do have a Rax advantage. Dropping some items down. I don't know whose magic wand that was, but looked like he was trying to salvage them. And there it is. Aegis is back up. Cheese as well, so immediately DTS is coming back. I think they're probably going to put the cheese on Silencer, Aegis on Leshrac perhaps. He picks up the Bloodstone, so his mana regen is finally there. And with that medallion up, they are doing tons of damage. Aegis is going to die immediately. Mouz unfortunately cannot try to contest this unless they get there in time, which isn't going to happen. So Silencer picks up the Aegis. We're actually going to see cheese on Leshrac. Actually, this is the better option. Jackal really just needs the HP component. That's all. If Leshrac jumps in, uses all of his mana pool, almost dies, pops cheese, he gets full mana and full HP. Mostly the mana part is significant, so makes more out of the cheese on Leshrac than for Silencer. I think that's very smart. And while Silencer forced to grab Curse of the Silent, he's level 24 currently, so he might as well pick it up. I don't know if he's going to use it in teamfights or not. He could, actually. It does a little bit of damage. If you ulti and then Curse of the Silent, you can do up to, like, I don't know. It's like 300 damage in AoE, which is kind of... It's okay. Might as well cast it. You can cast it on Lone Druid and probably get the full duration. That'd be kind of cool. So, be pretty sweet stuff. And there's Observer Ward going down for Lion. Trying to keep vision up. Vision is super important at this point of the game. He actually goes for a Ghost Scepter. I don't know how long he's had this, but opted not for the Black King bar, went for Ghost Scepter instead. I think this is smart though, because it does stop Silencer from attacking him. So if he ever is focused, a lot of Ghost Scepters actually in this game. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ghost Scepters. Cool stuff. A lot of Blink Daggers as well. 5 Blink Daggers in this game. We actually see a Heaven's Halberd picked up for Enigma. Interesting choice. Very cool. Alright, this is a great item as well. This allows you to prevent someone from attacking for 4 seconds. So he's going to be able to use that on Silencer. If Silencer hops in the mix, use it offensively against Silencer. Even during Global Silence, it is an item, so it is not stopped during silence portions. Can use it offensively to prevent him from attacking. It also gives Enigma some more HP. The slow proc is probably not something we expect to see used out of it, but the disarm is definitely very effective. And the image looks awesome now, much better than it used to, that's for sure. Looks really cool, actually. This is a really good image. They did a great job on this one. 8 times better than the previous image. Maybe 25. I don't know. There's something very nice about the Ghetto Heaven's Halberd image, but I mean this one is also really cool. So, Sing Sing still farming, picks up a Demon Edge actually, possibly going for an MKB, maybe Daedalus. He does have Lifesteal at the moment, so Daedalus would be pretty useful. Does allow you the possibility, I mean every time you crit, you lifesteal that extra damage, so can be a nice way to stay in the team fight, as both teams are just going to continue farming, I guess. I mean, DTS does have the Aegis up. We're going to see an Invis on Leshrac, so they might actually engage here, but both teams realize if anybody gets picked off, a push will come immediately afterwards, so they have to play so careful. And the gold graph is basically not moving. Dire team's getting a slight advantage because Mouz has to spend more time standing in their base, but at this point it doesn't matter a whole lot. Even if they got a 10k advantage right now, that's a very, very small margin. It's only like a 10% advantage over what the Radiant team is working with. And 10% is really not that much. It's maybe 1 or 2 extra items in a team fight. Positioning and ganking is by far the most important thing that could happen right now. Now Beastmaster's going to buy a Hyperstone. A little bit of Ominous Thunder coming through, and there's an AC. Wow. There's some really farmed heroes in this game, you guys. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Beastmaster up with Boots, Pipe, AC, Necro 3, and a Blink Dagger. He's giving his team so much attack speed. Like, he's giving his team a Hyperstone. His entire team just gets a Hyperstone from his auras right here. Not to mention all the armor being applied. Jackal's going to be attacking like crazy. He doesn't have any new items. He's actually got buyback, so buyback gold are up for him. And Mouz is ready to defend this once again. Bear still does not have boots up. Sing Sing does not give a shit. And there we go. So Satyr gets picked off. Brewmaster's going to TP back up to the top lane. Radiant team does spot that out. They do have their wards up. Good ward position. I'm surprised we don't have a gem yet for either of these teams. I mean, Black does have invisibility, but it really hasn't been a major focus, I guess. And especially late game like this, every item slot is super precious, especially for the Dire team when they're farming like crazy, when they all have really, really good items. Makes sense that they don't necessarily have space for a gem. So, BKB still ready to go on Invoker, but down to 5 seconds. I don't know if he bought any new items or not. Ghost Scepter, I think, is new for him, but both teams just really being safe at this point. Black is so close to a Sheepstick, actually. This is going to put him He is very close. I think he's about 100 gold away before he does have his sheep finish. I don't know if he's going to save for buyback. Sheep could make the difference. It's hard to say. Do you get the sheep stick or do you have the buyback for the stun? Probably going to have to buy back for the stun. Lone Druid picks up the MKB in the meantime. He's going to put that on his bear, actually. Wow, his bear's doing so much. Alright, if your bear has a radiance and an MKB, please, why don't you give him movement speed? I really feel like this is a mistake. I know it's fast. It's like, you can put it up to like max movement speed here with Rabbit. Like, no one would ever run away from it. Just put boots on it or something. I mean, is MKB even really... Oh, okay. MKB allows him to hit through Brewmaster. That's the main thing, so... I dare say the MKB would be better suited for Lone Druid rather than the bear, but... not quite sure. It's hard to say. The primary bear still hits pretty hard. So it's not the end of the world. And once again, Dire Team just playing really, really safe. Both teams playing really safe. We're into 60 minutes, 61 minutes, guys. If you guys didn't notice yet, this game is long. This is a long game. And there's a couple pings. Mouz might initiate on this. They're thinking about it. There's a blink forward. There's a tornado. Are they going to catch him? No, he blinks away. Brewmaster gets out of there. Boots of travel up. Is he gonna sell his Orb of Venom ever? Scotty? Just Scotty it, man. It's like the first item he bought, pretty much. DTS thinking about fighting this, though. Panda is still farming here. He's not going to spend his money, though. He's got Boots of Travel on a buyback. When you have Boots of Travel, save for buyback, guys, because you can so easily initiate. And we might have some items. I think Silencer bought something. Really? He did not? I could have swore... Oh, he got a BKB. Okay. BKB is new. Cool stuff. So he's not going to be able to be hexed. No one's going to be able to use Heaven's Halberd on him. It's just being able to right-click to victory, hopefully. Hopefully for him. Alright, and here comes the pressure up. Jackal continuing to last hit a little bit as Mouz is coming forward. They are not smoked up, so there is vision of them available from the Dire Team. Plague Ward trying to get some vision. Lollipop going to drop a Scroll of Town Portal, passing this to Brewmaster perhaps, or something. Not really sure what they're doing here. Jackal missing a little bit of HP, but not a big loss. And there's the MKV visible on the Spear Prayer. There's the stun as well. They could have tried to pick that off, but he did get sent back. Nice play by Sing Sing. Invoker level 23 as well, so maxed out Wexing, cast everything in the book. Absolutely everything here. And the top lane is going to be Stop Black, putting a little bit of damage in. He still has not purchased his sheep stick, but he's totally thinking about it. Gotta save for buyback though, especially when you're on the defensive. I think we're just going to see a lot of posturing until both teams... Until somebody makes a mistake. Someone's going to make a mistake and things are going to happen. Dire Team's getting a slight gold advantage, but once again, at this point, tactical errors are by far the biggest game changers. Maybe we'll see Leshrac get jumped on here. He could be jumped on. Mouz is in position. They're assuming that all of DTS is actually just covering him, but they actually have vision on Beastmaster top. They did see... Nope, they did not see Venomancer in the jungle, so... And there's the Drum of True Sight picked up, so that's what he's doing. He's finally killing some wards. This is going to give them some really nice map control. Check out what the Radiant team can see. This is scary. They can see a little bit mid. There could be the entire enemy team right here. They could all be sitting in the jungle. They could be sitting up here. They just have no idea at this point. So Gem is finally something that probably needed to happen a little bit ago. The armor, or the shield as well as the glaive is not being shaded correctly, but that's okay. And for the Dire Team, they have complete map control. They can farm both ancient camps if they really want to, which they are doing. They can farm the entire jungle. So Brewmaster is doing, he's picking up a Perseverance. I think he's going to make a Lincoln Sphere, I guess? No, Refresher. It's going to be Refresher. Refresher all the way. This means after your ulti ends, assuming you live that long, which is the hard part now, if he lives that long, he can split a second time. He's basically going to be Panda mode the entire time. It's going to be crazy. But Mouz does have enough physical damage to just pick him off. There's the smoke finally. We're going to see some action happening. Nothing new on these heroes. Still no BKB up online. And they're just going to wait for somebody to come in, I guess. Bambo is going to spawn some stuff. He is still invisible due to the smoke. But DTS actually just going to shift to the top lane randomly. Jackal does still have the Aegis up, but I don't know what the timer is. We're at 64 minutes in the meantime. And line is top, level 19, so DTS just really trying to exert their map advantage, I guess. Taking more farm, the graph is going in their favor. I guess they can just hold this out. Just farm to like 300 minutes or somewhere in there, guys. We'll just wait this out for a really long time. Let DTS exert their map control so that they have better items when the team fight comes up. The downside is that the Aegis and the Aegis will be wasted, the cheese will not. So maybe we'll see a fight for the next Aegis, something like that. Yeah, waiting for 20 stack cheese or... Gonna summon his bear back. Bear still has no boots. Lollipop says, come to us from high ground. They don't want to fight on the high ground. A little bit of banter coming through. Beastmaster may be interested in buying Boots of Travel next, but... And you don't buy back. They both know what the implications are. Dire team has Aegis and Cheese, so Mouz does not want to fight them on even ground. Rady team has high ground, which has won them a lot of team fights so far. Forcing the enemy team into a grouped up area, allows them to do black holes, makes their ultis go a little bit farther. All that good stuff. And Mouz is backing up, Aegis is up, number 2, so here it comes. See Mouz push forward, we'll see if they smoke up and go for the gank, but Roshan's going to take a lot of damage, he's dead already, there we go. So Jackal's going to pick up the Aegis. Cheese number 2 is on the ground. Is somebody going to pick this up? There's a tornado doing some damage. Who's going to grab it? Sing Sing spots it out. He thinks this is funny. It's going to be Leshrac. Nope. How many cheese can you hold? 18 more to go. And they all have too many items. I say drop a drum perhaps. Drop the Drum of Endurance on Leshrac, perhaps? I don't know. Panda is going to grab it? He's going to sell his wand. Okay, Panda grabs it. And he's got a Refresher up. Refresher Orb is ready to go, guys. So, Panda double ulti. And he has buyback. And he has buyback. Holy crap. Alright, Bear, where are you at? I just said that you have no boots. And he may still... Oh, he's pushing the wave. Alright, he's pushing the wave. Still no boots. Can be sent back at any time, of course. Looks like DTS is going to gank the bear. The most exciting thing that's happened in 10 minutes. Gank that bear. Bear is getting ganked here. If it gets jumped on, there's the clap. They're going to kill the bear. Bear might even roar this damn thing. There's the AoE. It gets picked off. Successful gank. 87 gold going to DTS. What an epic chase. And they said, let's push. Alright, on the bright side for them. That's an immediate resummon. They've got 120 seconds. That means if they kill the bear again, those items are gone. Unless he transfers them back to the Lone Druid. And it looks like Mouz actually just might push mid. Are they going to try to... Are they just going to throne it? They might throne it. They have huge physical damage. They could go for this. Alright, they're not going to go all in. They're not going to. Maybe. Bear's going to pressure. Could be a base trade. That would be kind of interesting. I don't know if it would work out, though. Mouz, once again, does have 2 cheeses and an Aegis now. And Brewmaster can ult twice, so he's basically never going to die unless they kill the pandas, in which case he totally can die. But he can just basically, even if he ulties and dies while ulting, he can buy back, refresh, Boots of Travel in, and ulti again. It's got so much stuff going on. It's ridiculous. Fun. Totally true. Both teams stand around looking for someone to make a mistake, basically, as DTS builds up their cheese army. But it's only going to go so far. Boots of Travel's up on Leshrac now, so he's going to have buyback. Does everybody have buyback? Venomancer does not have buyback. Probably will not have it. Beastmaster will. He does not have Boots of Travel. Brewmaster does, and Silencer does also. So here comes the push. I think DTS is finally ready to go. Double cheese, Aegis is up. There's one observer that gets picked off. We're going to see Brewmaster run forward with the haste. He's going to initiate. Going on Brewmaster. Bambo, there's the roar as well. Blink ends. They're going to initiate. Black Hole does catch 3 though, but Bambo is going to barely force staff out just in time. And it looks like the Earth, or the Fire Panda actually gets picked off. Venomancer pops his ulti. There's the epicenter, the blink through, and the stun on M, but M's going to pop a pipe. He is healing up. Great stun landed on 2. Black as well as Mouse Fire pops the Ghost Scepter just in time, but there we go. Leshrac is going to get picked off in the meantime. Sing Sing chasing up here. His life stealing like crazy. It's Curse of the Silent has been used, but Jackal's going to get right click down. We see Silencer reviving in just a second. This is a 5v4 team fight in the meantime. As we look at the HP totals, Black gets picked off again as they're still chasing. Another buyback coming. Fire low HP. He's going to get picked off by Silencer. Silencer right clicks him down. No, he's going to barely survive. I don't know if Leshrac's going to get killed. There's the Ghost Scepter again, but he does drop down. And we see 2 heroes dead from Mouz. Bambo. Jackal is going to get dropped, though. Great plays from Sing Sing buying back here. Looking like he wants to fight Leshrac. He has transferred the items to the bear. The bear is doing that right-click damage, but he's completely getting blocked by himself. Vlad's as well. Everything on the Spirit Bear, except for the boots, of course. He's getting just blocked on himself. Look at this. He could be hitting Jackal right now. Phase or something, man. Chasing after Brewmaster, who tried to take the bot Rex, and look at that, mid Rex does go down, so DTS at the very least grabs that. Lone Druid grabbing a triple kill, as 333 is trying to go all in. He has used Refresher, he's trying to right click down the melee barracks, the clap is trying to slow him and survive him. He pops the cheese, I think that's going to get him the melee barracks. He's doing the hits, the Deafening Blast preventing him from attacking, and he's going to take too much damage. He doesn't make it. 136 HP. Can't believe it. Oh my gosh. And M going all in, trying to get it. He gets the roar off the mouth as he gets it. Second melee barracks is down. There's a ranged barracks up, but that's 4 heroes dead for the Dire team. This is going to be the push. Venomancer buys back. There's 1 barracks remaining. 1 ranged barracks remaining. And the raiding team is pushing up the mid. They are going for it. This is their final push. Beastmaster cannot buy back. Leshrac cannot buy back. Brewmaster cannot buy back. They are all on cooldown. They all bought back in the team fight. Everybody bought back in the team fight except for Venomancer. Venomancer just buying back now. He's going to put the wards up. They know the throne mid is the only way that Mouz is going to win right now. They're going to have Bambo actually defending. He's got boots of travel. That's why he's defending. As soon as the push goes in, he's TPing in. He's going on in. They have to throne this before DTS's waves push in. There's only a ranged barracks. It's only a matter of time. They didn't win that team fight single-handedly enough, and now they're going in. Sing Sing doing damage to the wards, killing those immediately. Great play. That's going to keep the creep wave alive, and it's a huge creep wave coming through. They're hitting the towers. Sing Sing is taking the damage. Bear is about to go down, but he does have a resummon. It is going to get picked off. Venomancer pops his ulti. Doesn't catch a whole lot. Takes some damage from a lollipop, but there's the damage on Leshrac. Leshrac gets picked off. The right click coming out of Mouz. They're jumping on Jackal. He's going to get cold snapped, but he 4 steps forward. The stun from Black is going to miss everybody. But I think at this point, Mouz is just going to back off. They're doing the damage to the tower. Leshrac is down. Beastmaster is down. Brewmaster is down. They're right clicking the throne and they take it. Mouz takes the win. They finish it off. They win the epic 71-minute game. I can't believe it. Good game is called, and that is going to be a 1-1 for this GosuLeague match. I can't believe it. Mouz takes the win, turtles it out. Epic game. That was the best game I have watched in so long. Oh my gosh. Cannot believe it. Holy crap. Thanks for watching, guys. That was Mouz versus DTS. We have 2 more games coming for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. This is the GosuLeague. Go check out gosugamers.net for all of your esports coverage. This is the, wow, 2nd playdate. There are plenty more awesome matches coming up, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you guys in a bit.